Once again, I am making up some bags to take up to the roadside stand because I'm low. I think there's only 2 or 3 left. The other day I had to make up 8 bags to take up there. This whole front facing row right here, out of all of this wood, I have only taken out 1 loose stack. Everything else has been all sold in bags. What's left down here, there maybe is 1 or 2 more bags to make. There's some shorter pieces for sauna wood. So the other day when I was back here making up some bags, I got to thinking there's something I'm doing here in the woodyard that I am not going to be able to continue doing much longer. And what is it that I have been doing here in the woodyard that I am not going to be able to do much longer? Well, in the last video when I split up that oak, some of you commented on it and I showed you, so let me show you again. There were a few comments about all of the slash that is left over from using the box wedge. And what I normally do with this is I do pick out some of the bigger pieces. I do save those, but for the most part, I have been putting all of the slash over here in this ditch. There used to be a ravine that ran through here. This is all, I don't know how deep it is, 3-4 feet deep. But anyway, I have just been putting all of the slash and the trash over here. Some might call this the slash hole. And that is the one thing with the box wedge, is you do end up with quite a bit of slash. The more wood you produce, the more of that you are going to have. I get the suggestion all the time to pull out the bigger pieces and use those for kindling, or to even bundle it up and sell it as kindling. But the thing with kindling and most of my customers, I don't think they even know what it means. And I don't even think they know what it's used for. And when you think about it, if you're having a fire in your backyard or you're camping, like there's no need the next morning to really start the fire back up. It's different than burning in a wood stove where, you know, you wake up in the morning, the fire's died down, there's maybe a few coals left, you need some kindling to get the fire going again. In my case, kindling for most of my customers, I think, is like a pizza box, or that one thing we all have way too much of, Amazon boxes, cardboard. It makes a great kindling, it starts the fire up good. So what I do with all of the slash is I pick up the bigger pieces and I usually store it in this tote over here. So I've filled this thing up, and what I generally do is I come over here when I want to get rid of some of it and I scoop it up, put it in a little basket, or I throw it in the Ultratech dump trailer, and I take it over to the fire pit to burn either on like Friday Night Live streams or just when we're having a fire. Because that is the one thing with that slash, is it does dry really quick and it burns really quick and it burns great. Like, you get a great flame, it instantly lights up. So if you have a fire going, what I've been doing is, you know, I'll just grab an armful or a couple handfuls and throw it on, and poof, great big fire right away. So it is nice to burn as like, you know, a fire, not like kindling, but just as firewood. It's great to throw into the fire pit. It gets going nice and hot, nice big flames. The problem is handling it. Like taking that tote up to the fire pit, not the best solution, because I'm not going to use all of that up in one night. If I do take some up there, when you go to pick it up, you know, it's like all in little pieces. You can't gather it up very easily. And then, you know, it becomes a pain in the... So while I was thinking the other day about, you know, what I'm going to do throughout the summer with all of the slash, there's no way I'm going to be able to continue filling it in over there in that ravine, because I have some other plans for that area this fall. So I needed to come up with some way to utilize this slash. So what I have decided to try out is I'm going to take some of this slash. I got this out of that bin over there. I'm going to take the slash, and I'm going to put it in to the Wolf Ridge bagger, and I'm going to bag it up. Well, I take that back. I am not going to bag it up because I do not want to burn the bags, but I want to make it easy to burn the slash. So let me show you what I have in mind. So what I'm thinking this is going to allow me to do is use up this slash, make it a lot easier to handle and to add to the fire. And like I said, I don't want to burn plastic bags and I don't want to burn plastic wrap. But I kind of want to have all this stuff contained together in like a slash pack. Something you can toss on the fire and just let her burn. So this is the part that comes a little tricky, but I've calculated out that 3 boards on a wooden stump is the proper height for this to happen. You tip this down and let the slash just slide out a little bit, and then I remember that in my one shed I had, that's right, a whole bunch of twine string, which is perfectly fine to burn. Wrap this around here. Wrap this thing up. Tie it off somehow. If I was good at tying knots, which I'm not, this would probably work better. But we'll just do something like that. And there you go. A slash pack. This makes it a lot easier to grab and toss on the fire and actually transport up to the fire. So there it is, the Back 40 slash pack. These things, I think, will burn great. I know it'll make it a lot easier moving this slash up to the fire pit, but how well they burn, well, we are going to find out tomorrow night. Hopefully on the Back 40 Friday Night live stream. Weather permitting, I know there's a chance of rain, but I want to see just how well, if I got a fire going and I throw this slash pack on there, how well it burns, how long it burns. I think it's going to work great because that's basically what I do, is I just grab a big handful, a couple big handfuls of this slash, and I just throw it on. When I do throw it on, it kind of does spread out a little bit. So having it contained might be an issue, but I think once this twine catches on fire, it'll kind of like unfold and plop down, and I don't know. But that is the one thing I have come up with as far as dealing with and making use. I guess that's probably the most important thing. Making use of all of the smaller slash pieces that come off of the box wedge. It is a big trade-off. I do love the box wedge just because of the pullback arm, and you don't have to handle the rounds for resplitting. So with the good comes the bad. And I know, like I said, a lot of people always comment on all of the slash, what to do with it. And so this is what I'm going to be trying, testing out, seeing if it works. I don't know if I would ever go as far as like selling these. I don't know if people would want to buy them, and I don't know, without having the proper description and instructions of like what they're for and how to use it. I mean, I guess if somebody bought it and they wanted to use it for kindling, that'd be fine as well. But they're not, like, the twine doesn't really hold it together that well. Like it's held together, but it's not great. Like I wouldn't want to like be transporting it in the car, or I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, I could double up, use 2 twine string, but then it just gets into a lot of futzing around, hassling. But I do have to do something because I'm going to end up with a mountain of it. And it does add up quick. So we'll see. We'll see if tomorrow night on the live stream, if we're able to be outside, I'm going to have these up there. I'm going to make another one, and then if it burns, great, and it is something that, you know, it doesn't take that long, and I can just spend maybe an hour or 2 here and there to make up a bunch of these, and then I can just have them sitting, you know, at the ready to take up to the fire pit, throw on, burn them up. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night, and we'll test out the slash packs, how well they burn on Friday Night Live. Hopefully, again, we'll be outside. But we'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.